Yes, people, good evening. Hope you're all well. Listen, if you haven't done so already, make sure that you are catching up with the content because there's plenty on this channel at the moment. It's absolutely flying. And all of you make it. Thank you so much. Make sure you're smashing a like and subscribe. We're so close to 15K. It's unbelievable already. It wasn't so long ago I was saying that let's get to 13K. A few shows ago, we got to 13K. We've hit 14 now. And we're on our way to 15. You guys are amazing. Smash a like. It's absolutely free. It looks like that. You will know where it is. And then hit the subscribe button. 2 buttons that are absolutely free to do. And it really does help grow the channel quickly. If you haven't gone over to earlier show, please make sure that you do. It was myself and Goonie ranting about Chelsea. Roms laughing because Liverpool are top of the league. We had also on the show... unfortunately, Hugh was not well, so big up to him and hope he gets well soon. But Flawless was there talking about all things Man United and how he's not confident about what's happening this season. So please make sure that you do that. If you do, Gooners, want to go and do me a favour, then please watch the rant between myself, Casey, and Tom. A great debate between the three of us. And I really want to know where you're at. Are you agreeing with what Casey was saying? Are you looking at what Tom Canton was saying and thinking fair play? Or were you on my side thinking not really sure that this is working? Where are you at? I don't care if you're not on my side. I really could not give a damn. But it'd be good to know whereabouts you're at because there's a lot of people saying that Tom was talking rubbish, that Dan was talking rubbish, that Casey was talking rubbish. So it'd be interesting to see where you're at. Now, I'm in a position where I absolutely love debates. I don't ever get, if you've noticed on my channel, people that just agree with each other all the time. It would be pretty boring, wouldn't it? Everybody just sitting there going, yeah, Arsenal are great, or no, Arsenal aren't. And that's what debate's all about. And that's what I think panelists should be all about. And I think shows should be about when it comes to football, because everybody's got an opinion and everybody deserves to be given that opinion. So for me, 100% goes into this. Go and watch it. Please go and watch it and let us know what you think. Now, if you watch that show, you will know that Tom was talking about why Arsenal were going to struggle to sign players in January. And it's not just Arsenal. This is being spoken about. This is the new word in football. It's not FFP. Forget about that. Forget about financial fair play. Forget about it. Do not worry about FFP. It is no more. It is all about profit and sustainability. 2 other words that we are now being thrown into football. We're going to have to talk about that, aren't we? Before we do that, RSI, he is our new member. If you would like to become a YouTube member, press a like, press a subscribe, and then hit join. And of course, you can join the community if you do fancy doing that. Now, I have to talk about this. This is crazy. Arsenal are struggling to afford anyone in January. Apparently, this is fact. We are not going to be going for an Ivan Toney, £100 million striker. We're definitely not be going for a Victor Osimhen. It doesn't look like the rumours of Onana and Zubamendi are going to make much sense at the moment because we don't have any money for them. So why on earth did we spend £65 million on Kai Havertz? We've spent £35 million on Fabio Vieira. And previously, we've wasted God knows how much on players that are shifted out, loaned, and aren't even playing. So when we talk about Edu and Arteta for a moment, I think they've got some really good signings in the door. I like Aaron Ramsdale. I like Tomiyasu. I like Ben White. I like Gabriel. I like Zinchenko. I like Thomas Partey, Martin Odegaard, Declan Rice, Jesus. Really good. Unfortunately, you can list off a lot that they've got wrong and that we've been really poor in selling. Iwobi and Chamberlain are still 2 of the highest bids that we got for players in the history of Arsenal Football Club. Iwobi and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. It's absolutely crazy how bad we are at selling players. And it seems that that is what we've got to try and do now if we want to buy anyone in this window. So I haven't really got any faith, people. I haven't really got any faith that we are going to get this window correct, because what I'm being told is that we are definitely struggling when it comes to this profit and sustainability. And we are struggling to show that that is something that we can be comfortable with. Financially, this is poor. Financially, this is poor from our recruitment, our transfer negotiation, our negotiator. I don't think they can hold a W here. I think they've got to hold an L. Because I've been really impressed by the signings I've just mentioned. But now let's look at the other ones. Let's look at the other ones. Goalkeepers. How many of them? How many of them? Yeah? How many of them? Ones that haven't worked. Matt Turner, Runnison, and to be fair, add to that, we had Leno and we had Emi Martinez, and we've had Okonkwo there, and we've had other ones from local. Hine was there, as well as Runnison, Turner, Matt Ryan was there, and now Ramsdale and Raya. So we've had enough goalkeepers. Nuno Tavares, he can't get into the Nottingham Forest side. He's on loan. Okay. Oh, big up to Lee Gunner, by the way, who's just literally sent a load of you guys over into the chat. That is class, man. Big up Lee Gunner, man. Love for that. And big up to you all, by the way. Listen, I can't stick up for this anymore. Lokonga, another one. Played tonight for Luton. Hardly gets into the side, but he's playing. He's another one that hasn't worked out. Danny Ceballos, Willian. We have to talk now about Kai Havertz. Is that one going to work? Doesn't really look like it for me. Cedric, Pablo Marie, Marquinhos. Fabio Vieira. It's not looking good. It's not looking good for some. And it's fair enough getting some signings wrong. That happens, right? That happens. What about selling them? Cedric, can't get anything for him. Mohamed El Nene's still here. Can't get anything for him. Jakub Kivior, does he go down as a great signing or as a poor signing so far? So listen, this isn't as great as people say when it comes to buying players. There's some that have been great, there's some that have not worked. So if this profit and sustainability thing is real, which apparently it is very real, we actually have to look at it right now and see, we need players. How do we get them in? Well, let's have a look at who we could look at trying to offer to people. Whether or not you think you want 30, 50, 70 million for these players, you might have to realise that we're probably not going to get that, are we? Yeah? We're probably not going to. Do we sell Aaron Ramsdale if a £50 million bid comes in from Chelsea? A lot of people might say yes. I probably would look at that and think if we're struggling, that gets us something further up the pitch, fair play. But then we're praying to hell that David Raya doesn't get injured, because otherwise we've got Carl Hine in goal. And, by the way, Carl Hine, who I don't rate, would have to play against Brentford because David Raya can't. So Aaron Ramsdale's a potential. Cedric, you could get rid of his wages by giving him away, even if it's on a free. Just get rid of the dude. Couple of million maybe. Somebody might want him. Jakub Kivior, could we look at him, moving him out and getting somebody in that's better? We're not going to bring Kieran Tierney back. He says he doesn't want to come back. Don't blame him. Been treated like crap. He's not going to. Then you look in the middle. Have we got anything that we can do there? El Neni, few million. Probably not going to be worth much, but it gets him off the wage bill and it gives us a few £1 million. Then we go further forward. Reece Nelson, 20 million, tops. On the left-hand side, Emil Smith-Rowe, 35 million, tops. Not going to get much more than that, unfortunately, now because he's injured all the time. Thomas Partey, could he go? Somebody might offer 30 million plus for him. Not going to get much more than that now for a Rolls Royce that used to be fantastic that now literally stays in the garage most of the time. And up top, Eddie Nketiah. Let's just say we sell a few of them, right? Let's say we get a couple million for El Neni, couple million for Cedric. Not going to do much more than 4 million pounds, but that's something to put towards the start of something. Jakub Kivior, 15 million. We'll take a loss on that. He's not going to be good enough at left back. So you bring in somebody else and add the money to that. That's, say, 18 million-ish. Yeah. Then you get Nelson. You've made 40 million. Then you look at Smith-Rowe. You're looking at 75 million. Then you get Eddie on top of that. You're looking towards 100 million. And then you've got some money to go and get Ivan Toney. Now, a lot of people will say, if you sell all them, you're going to be short again. Yeah, but you know what? Cedric doesn't really play. El Neni doesn't really play. Nelson doesn't play. And we might as well just use Cozier Dubry there because he's pretty much as invisible as Nelson. Smith-Rowe, when Fabi Vieira comes back, he'll be about 6th choice again. Yeah. Jakub Kivior is not a left back and we're playing him at left back. And then up top, Eddie Nketiah will be replaced by the striker anyway. So really, You might say we're short again in the defensive option. So if you don't get rid of Kivior and you want to keep him as your option, all the others don't play anyway. So you've got 80 million pounds there, roughly, to play with. And if you don't want to use all of that on Ivan Tony, then use 50 of it for Onana and 30 million another position. So there is ways and means of doing this. But Mikel Arteta, we need to keep Cedric just in case. Need to keep El Neni. Need to keep Reece Nelson. I see a future for Smith Rowe. Eddie Nketiah's my guy. He's killing it in training. I was on Troops channel earlier. Big up Troops. Go watch it. He doesn't think we're buying anyone. He does not think we're buying anybody. Now, I disagree. I think we'll get something done, but I think it's probably only going to be one player. And we need at least 3 if we've got any chance of catching Man City and Liverpool at the top of the table, in my opinion, right? And those 3 needs to be in each department. One in the defensive department, one in the midfield department, and a striker up top. And I don't think we're going to do that. Last season, we bought 3 players in. Kivior, Trossard, Jorginho. It wasn't enough to win a title. So we're going to have to go and try and do more than what we did in that January. And I don't think we're going to be able to do it, people. It doesn't look like we can afford it unless we go sell players. So apparently Palace are interested in Eddie Nketiah. 20 million, 22 million. I was hearing the other day talking about it. Sell him. Just go. Go. Put that 22 million towards whoever you're going for as a replacement. Yeah? You sell Eddie Nketiah. You sell one of the other guys I mentioned earlier in the, let's be real, a squad that literally these players do not get used for. Are we going to miss El Neni? Are we going to miss Reece Nelson? Are we going to miss Cedric? Are we going to miss Eddie Nketiah? The answer is no, people. Let's just keep it 100. We're not going to miss these players. You're not going to look back in January and go, I think where it went wrong was when we let El Neni and Cedric go. For real? Let these players go. So when people say we've got no money and we can't go and sign anybody, cool. If that's the truth, if that's the case, bit strange why you'd spend that much money on 65 million Kai Havertz, who clearly is not going to come in and do anything for the squad. But that's the way it is. Let's keep it 100. We're going to have to sell players then to buy. And I think they're the options that we've got, potentially. Now, you might not get players to come in for these because apparently Newcastle are under pressure, which I'll come back to in a minute. The other teams being looked at were teams like, who was it? Who was it now? There's a couple that are being looked at now. It's not just us and Newcastle. There's a couple. They've gone out of my head. But it's not just us, right? There's other people that are being looked at in the Premier League. Everton, apparently, again. Nottingham Forest are another team being looked at for this profit and sustainability. So it's coming. But guess who's not being looked at? Manchester City. Guess who's not being looked at? Chelsea. Or are they? Maybe they are. I don't know. Don't hear it, though, do you? Just seems that these two can just keep spending and spending. Newcastle, even billionaire owners, being looked at. What the hell is going on here? Absolutely crazy. And I personally feel now, get rid of it all. Get rid of FFP. Get rid of this profit and sustainability crap because it don't do anything. Yeah. If I have £1 billion and I want to buy Arsenal, yeah, or let's say I have £10 billion because it's going to be more than a billion at Arsenal, and I have £10 billion that I earn every single year, and I want to pump £5 billion every single year into Arsenal, should I be allowed to do it? It's my money. Of course I should. Of course I should be allowed to do it. Now, I understand, and trust me, I do, that some of these lower division clubs are going to be like, that's well unfair. I get that. But it's unfair anyway now. I don't think it's ever going to be fair in football, is it? Was it ever fair? Was it ever fair that Manchester United could go and afford X, Y, and Z and Leeds United couldn't? Was that ever fair? Not really. It's football. There's always going to be teams better than you. There's always going to be teams worse than you. And do you know what? There's always going to be teams richer than you and poorer than you. That is life. That is football. That is sport. So this FFP and this profit and sustainability bollocks is crap as far as I'm concerned. And then Man City, 115 charges is going to take years and years. Oh, they're going to be in League Two before we know it. I'll probably be 50 by the time they even look at it. No joke. It's taking forever, apparently, this thing. But innocent till proven guilty, calm. But 115, trust me, if 115 people told me that this guy's a thief, he's probably stolen in his life before. That's the way I see it. Trust me. Um, let's look at some of the rumours. There isn't many. Not much movement on the Getafe centre forward, Mariel. I must say, this one doesn't really sound like it's going anywhere. We've been rejected of £22 million. It's clearly a player we're looking at. Striker is an option we're clearly looking at when people said we weren't, which is obviously a load of rubbish. Maybe the movement of Eddie Nketiah could be something along those lines. Could Eddie be going to Palace and this guy be coming in? They want 39 million. Sounds like we only want to pay between 22 and 30. Doesn't look like that's going to happen unless we budge and they come to some form of agreement. So it's going to be difficult to get him over the line from what we can see. But the bid only did go in not very long ago. So we'll see what the movement is like on that one. I'm still not a fan. I look at YouTube compilations and he still doesn't look amazing. I mean, normally people look like Prime Messi, don't they? But this guy doesn't. So let's see what happens there. When it comes to Amadou Onana, Everton are in financial problems. We know that. They've been docked points. We get it. But they don't want to lose him because, make no meal about it, they are definitely in a relegation battle where things are in their mind. I don't think they're going down by any means because if you look at the form without them 10 points, they're towards the top of the table, right? In terms of the top half, anyway. Top half of that table. But because of the 10 points and the fact they're being sniffed around again, they might think, right, we don't want to be docked any more points because then we are dead and buried. It might be worth losing an Anna and actually getting some of this money paid back. So that is be a reason why we're looking at Onana. £50 million. We don't have £50 million, but we would have if we were looking at the option of buying and selling some of the players I was looking at earlier, talking about earlier, right? So that's one option. I like Onana's fit. I think his physical presence is something I like. The attributes for me are a little bit similar to a player that I think we're lacking in a more of a box-to-box role. Can play in the anchor as well. Of course, 22, 23, he's definitely going to be growing without a doubt. He's not ready yet. So he can grow with this team for sure. But I wouldn't say it excites me. I like it and I'd be happy to sign him. But I wouldn't say it excites me, man. I can't lie. Can't lie. Zubamendi, release clause, similar price to Onana. A lot of people saying they prefer that to Onana. But he is more of a deep lying playmaker, which would mean that Declan Rice would have to be pushed forward. Which I think we want anyway, if I'm honest. Mikel Arteta, I think, signed Rice to be the Granit Xhaka replacement. I stand by that. I don't think Rice was the Partey replacement. It might be that over time, when Partey goes, that Declan Rice might play in that holding role. But at the moment, I think it'll be interesting to see what our midfield looks like in the next summer. Because without El Neni, Jorginho and Partey there, you got Declan Rice, which means in January we need one, and then we need another two in the summer. Yeah? Let's be real. Let's keep it 100. That's what we need. So that's that. No more massive rumours, really. Yeah, a few centre halves and fullbacks that I ain't really heard of, but nothing that's really heavily linked, to be fair. So that's that. Before I come on to my next one, do me a favour, people. There's over 400 people in here. I want to see how many likes we're on. We're only on 97. We've not even made it to 100 people. Come on. You can do better than that. You can do better than that. All you got to do is literally hit the like button. It's a thumbs up. You all know what it looks like. And it does the channel so good, man. There's over 400 of you. Let's get that up to 250 likes, people, by the end of the stream. I'm sure we can do that. That's not going to take you much time at all. Make sure that you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We are getting very, 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 very close towards 15K. So please make sure that you do that. Also, listen, we're in a situation right now where we need players, and we are being told that Arsenal have no money. We're also being told that Newcastle are in a similar position to us in terms of them maybe having to make some sales. The rumour is that they're going to have to make a big sale. Sven Botman's been mentioned as potentially moving out. Bruno Guimaraes has been mentioned as maybe moving out. And of course, the other one is Alexander Isak. Now, I said to Pete and to the gang the other night that I think that other than Haaland, Alexander Isak is the next best striker in the Premier League. I think he's better than Solanke, Watkins, Tony. Who else is there? Jesus. Who else is there? Nunez, even Jota, who I really like. Jota, by the way. Definitely all of Man United's front men. Yeah. Son, more of a left winger, I would say, but you could argue that Isak Alexander Isak is definitely someone that can play on that left-hand side as well as centre forward, but he's electric. He's fire, the pace, the power, the finishing. He's scary when fit, and I'd love him at Arsenal. I've always said I wanted him. He was one that I looked at a few years ago. When everyone was talking about Haaland going to Dortmund, I was more than happy for Arsenal to put in a bid. When he didn't, I thought it was a steal of 17 million or whatever it was at the time. But then look at the Isak move, man. I really wanted him, really crying out for him. And to be fair to Martin Odegaard and Isak together at Real Sociedad, he got some goals. 17, 18 goals, I think he scored. And I think Odegaard had about 13 assists. So they get each other's play. I really rate him. But we got Eddie. We don't need Alexander Isak. What a joke. Absolute joke. I can't lie. I absolutely love the player. Can't see it coming anywhere near to Arsenal, if I'm honest with you. Because we're linked with someone I've never even heard of. Apparently, Joshua Zirkzee. Anybody know who this guy is? Joshua Zirkzee. So we can go by being linked with the likes of Ivan Toney and end up being linked with Joshua Zirkzee. I don't know nothing about this player. This guy is from Bologna. Gooners will probably tell you they love him because he played with Tomiyasu once and he was brilliant. Netherlands, 22 years old, 6'4", centre forward, 9 goals in 34 appearances for Bologna, 16 goals last 2 seasons ago, at Anderlecht on loan. It's come from Bayern Munich, where he got 4 goals in 12 appearances. So listen, a young player, unproven, someone that we link with. What happened to getting these world-class players once we hit the Champions League, by the way? I thought we were only ever going to be linked with world-class players. Wasn't it Edu who said that once we get these young youth players, we'll sprinkle it with gold dust? We'll sprinkle it with gold dust. What? Xerxes and Mayoral and players like that. Is that the gold dust we're sprinkling these players with? What a load of waffle, man. Absolutely crazy. Get in the bin, man. It's just a joke, man. All I know is this. We're not winning the league with Eddie Nketiah and Havertz up front if Jesus gets injured. We're not winning the league with Nelson if Saka gets injured. We're not winning the league with Kivior at right centre-back if Saliba gets injured. We're not winning the league if Declan Rice gets injured because we have to play El Neni there. Or, doesn't matter, we'll play Fabi Vieira. He's back now. Oh, my God. That guy, weak as piss, always on the floor, rolling around, gets flicked over. There's a difference between being lightweight and weak, yeah? You know, I was speaking to Harry and Tom about this a while ago, and they were like, I hate it when you say people are lightweight. I was just so against it. Messi was lightweight. Yeah, Messi was strong, man. Mahrez was lightweight. Yeah, Mahrez was strong, man. Don't talk to me about this. This is weakness and strength and being, weakness and lack of strength is different to being lightweight. Because I know lightweight people that have been very, very strong. Yeah, this guy's not. So it doesn't excite me that Fabio Vieira's back. He contributed for the first couple of games of the season, got injured, and we ain't seen him again. So I'm not excited by that. I'm down in the dumps about Arsenal as it is. And this news about profit and sustainability, is it for real? People are saying it is. 1, it's stupid. And 2, how are we in a position where we're being looked at profit and sustainability? I was told we had to cut the wage bill in half. We've cut it in 3/4. We're still struggling with money. Yeah? I was told we had so much money because we're back in the Champions League. We're not even being looked at for FFP. Why can't we go and buy players then? Tom Canton last night, Kevin Campbell last night told me the same thing. Who are we going to go and get? Who? How are we going to do it, Dan? I don't know, but we have to. We're going to have to sell players. We're going to have to sell before we buy. So I don't really understand where you guys are at. But for me, if we don't buy anybody in January, the season's done. It's done. We ain't winning the league. That's like done. I think the league probably 5 points already. Man City ain't even got going yet. Liverpool really don't look amazing, do they? And they're 5 points ahead of us. And the amount of games we've lost and we've dropped points to already means it's probably going to happen again. Champions League, we need a fluke, but we need to make sure we get through Porto. Interesting stat I heard today. Really good stat this. How many times have Arsenal won in Porto? None. Haven't beaten them in Porto. I don't know how many times we played them. I think it's 3, maybe 4. Haven't beaten them. So we go there, first of all, knowing that we have to win, even though we haven't beaten them yet. And then we host them at the Emirates where we can't keep a clean sheet. So, going to be difficult, people. Going to be difficult. That's for sure. When you look at the scenario of going out of the Champions League, does this manager get any defence of staying unless he wins the Premier League? Or does he just come second, third, or fourth, and it's top four? We go again. Another window, another 200 million. We'll go and get Osimhen now. Because I tell you this now, what will happen if this carries on is exactly what will happen before to Arsenal when we had Youth Project 1.0, where Van Persie and Fabregas got fed up and left. Exactly what happened at Youth Project 2.0, where Jack Wilshere, Ramsey, and Oxlade-Chamberlain and Walcott all left. Saliba and Saka will follow suit. And players like Osimhen will go, yeah, I ain't going over there. They don't win stuff. I'll go Real Madrid. Or I'll go Man City. Or I'll go to a big club that actually does win something every year. That's what will happen. So we need to be careful with this. Let's read through some of your super chats, people. If you do want to be a member, then please make sure that you do. Obviously, our RS Sai is now our newest member. So big up to you, my friend. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the join button, and you will join the community. This is coming from Jerome Pierre. It says profit and sustainability this year. It's such rubbish. Content creators are just going to regurgitate this crap because they don't want to spend. And they want to make excuses, Jerome. That's what it is. They hear that and they go, can't afford Tony, but we really need him, don't we? Profit and sustainability. What's that? Oh, what it means is you can't. Oh, that'll do. I'll use that one. Yeah, no, Arsenal aren't signing anyone. Profit and sustainability won't let it. FFP won't let it. How are we supposed to do it? How are we getting around these regulations? What are we supposed to do? Oh my God, Arsenal in such a mess. What's happening? We haven't got the money that Man City have got, even though we spent more than Man City in the last 4 years, by the way. Just an embarrassment, mate. It's just a complete and utter shambles from what I see from the fan base. It really is. But big up to Jerome, man. Big up to Chris as well. Says this manager doesn't deserve another penny. I'm tired of us signing players I've never heard of. Hashtag Arteta out. There's a lot of people that say this, and I think it's justifiable. If you said to me right now, do you trust Mikel Arteta with £70 million for an attacking midfielder? What? Havertz, Vieira? No, I don't. Thank you. Yeah, no, I don't. I don't trust Edu. I don't trust Arteta because they're the players they've got me so far. So yes, there's Erdegaard and yes, there's Ben White and yes, there's but it doesn't mean that they're the ones you concentrate on because actually they've made a lot of mistakes with some of our recruitment. Yeah. So how about when I said in the summer that I wanted Rice and Caicedo and I wanted James Maddison and I wanted Kudus or Musa Diaby and I wanted Ivan Toney and I wanted what's the name at the back from Palace, the centre back. Why on earth was, look at this. We've got Havertz. What? Havertz and Vieira, £100 million. Let's have it right. That could have got us Maddison for 40, Kudus for 40, and we've had another 20 million to play with. Madness, bruv. Madness. Dixie, have faith, mate. It's the faith and the hope that's killed this club over the last 20 years, man. I'll always be supporting the team. Just get behind him. Go behind him. Go to the games. Get behind him. What do you think I've been doing home and away for the last 30 years, people? I hate that. Oh, we might as well get behind. We'll buy someone. Might as well get behind him now. I know it's not the player we want. Might as well get behind him now. Brilliant. Cronkies are happy again. Arteta's happy again. Unbelievable, man. It really is. Big up, Matt. Make sure you go over to Southern Gooner and give him a subscribe, yeah? Make sure you do that, people. Big up, Matt. Thanks for the super chat, my bro. Says 26 players have been bought, £700 million spent. How can we sustain that? What a mess we are in. Did you see that Marquinhos has been recalled? Who bought this player, by the way? This is another one. Went to Norwich and couldn't get in the team. Ended up getting sent off for headbutting someone. That's all he did. They chucked him out. He scored a goal once against, who was it? Was it Slavia Prague or someone like that? Or was it Zurich? I don't know. Scored a goal, crossed the ball once, and everyone went, oh, he's going to be another Martinelli. This lad. We'll get him on loan. He'll go to Norwich. He'll tear up the championship. Then we'll send him to France, and he'll come back as like the next Martinelli. Wow. How's that going, people? They're going to use the returning players as new signings. It is a shambles, isn't it? It really is a shambles. What about some of the players we've got out on loan? Can't we sell any of them, by the way? Nuno Tavares. Can't we sell him to someone? He's not getting a game at Forest. Can't we go and sell him back to Benfica or something? What about Charlie Patino? He's supposed to be the next best thing. Best player of my youth academy, apparently. Why don't we go and sell him? Yeah, Swansea. Is he any good there? Apparently, he's been tearing it up. Why don't they want him then? Why don't they go? Why don't we sign? Why don't we sell him? Lokonga, the Luton want him. Have him for 5-10 million. Just get something from him. Bad buys. Again, more to add. Absolutely crazy. This is the problem. I don't get. I just don't get. I just don't get. I just don't get. That is what it is. I just don't get what is happening at this football club sometimes, man. It's absolutely crazy. Big up to my boy Lee Gunner. Big up, bro. Big up to Matt as well for the super chats. Make sure you're smashing the likes, people. Make sure that you are getting the subscribers up. We're so close to 15k already, man. It's scary. You guys are absolutely mad. So big up to you. Nearly 500 people in the house. How many likes we at now? Let's take a look. We haven't even hit 200, man. Come on, people. Do me a favor. Smash the like button. You all know what it looks like. Subscribe to the channel and make sure that you are following all the content. Please do me a favor. I said this earlier. Go check out the debate between myself, Casey, and Tom Cannon, and let me know where you're at in the comments of it. Just comment in the video and let me know where you're at, because I need to know that I was not on LSD or deluded in that video, man. Because honestly, Casey and Tom, I just couldn't make sense of it all, man. I must say, couldn't make sense of what they were saying. But I love opinions. That's what I'm all about. Make sure you head over to Troops' channel earlier as well. I was on there with him as well on Troops TV. Me and Troops talking about all things Arsenal in the transfer window. So make sure that you look at that as well. Let me be brutal. This transfer window is going to be painful. I can tell you that now. The other thing it's going to be is frustration. And we are going to have it slammed shut. And we're going to say exactly what we had last season, which was we're still short. That's what I said. I remember I was on with Lee Gunner, or I was on with someone, and we signed Jorginho, and we both sat there and went, "You are absolutely joking, aren't you?" Link with Caicedo, we get Jorginho. Link with Mudryk, yeah, fair play. I don't think I wanted him. I don't think whoever I was streaming with wanted him either, right? But look at it. We ended up with Trossard. I like Trossard a lot. But did Man City look at that window and go, "Oh, wow, this is tough, man. They've just got Trossard, Jorginho, and Kivior. We're in trouble." But what would they have done, or what would they do right now, and Liverpool now, if Arsenal look at this transfer window and they go, Tony, Paulinho, and let's say the brother from Palace at the back? They're going to go, Jesus, they've just added another spine to their spine. That's a problem. That's a problem now. And then Emery and Ange and Klopp and Pep and all the guys around us right now go, yeah, they're going to be up there now. They're definitely going to be up there. But instead, we'll probably get this Xerxes geezer and maybe lone defender fullback, and everyone will go, Arsenal ain't serious again. Same old Arsenal ain't serious again. And that's what I don't want to be hearing, man. I really don't want to be hearing. Big up, my boy Mark. Big up, mate. I hope you're well. Why don't we loan out with an obligation to buy? Brentford done it to us with Raya. Edu is useless at negotiating. Great point. Why can't Nuno Tavares be bought? Why can't Lokonga be bought? Why can't Patino be bought? Why can't Marquinhos be bought? They just keep throwing them back to us. Why is that? Because they're crap. They ain't good enough. It's absolutely crazy. Like, let's just be real. It's absolutely mad when people sit there and say this. Oh, you know, this they're on loan. Like, they're on loan. They ain't good enough, man. They ain't good enough. Honestly. Matt, I don't know how you made that through that last night, bro. It was a struggle at times. I can't lie. I love the pair of them big time. But trust me, it's unbelievable. Tom Canton telling you last night we're skint, yet wrote an article saying we're signing 3 players today. I did see that as well, because I obviously love Tom and I look at all of his work. I looked at that and I thought, for real? Like, you've just sat there on a stream and told me you can't buy anyone, and then wrote an article saying we're getting a triple signing. I was like, come on, Tom, let's be real, man. Let's be real. Jerome, big up, my bro. Says, yesterday it sounded like Kevin and Tom were protecting their relationship with the club. No way they really believed the things they were saying. Listen, I do think there's some individuals out there that have to protect themselves, right? Sometimes. I haven't got nothing against that. They've got a job with Arsenal. They've got a job that they want to speak to media with. There's some individuals that work and go on shows like Talk Sport, or they'll go into press offices, or they'll go and have a media job elsewhere. And they do have to be careful about what they say, because they lose their job, right? And I've got nothing wrong with that. I actually don't care if that's the case, right? And I've had ex-players that I've interviewed before, and people that have said, yeah, listen, you can ask me anything you want. I'm just not really allowed to talk about this at the moment that's topical, because I've got to be really careful about my position at the club. And you need to respect my job. I had that with Michael Bridge as well when I asked him a question about Daniel Levy. He gave me the same answer. He said, look, I really want to talk about the North London derby. I think Daniel Levy's done a lot of good at the club, but I also think he's got some stuff wrong. Well answered. He can't sit there and say, I can't stand him, get him the hell out, he's awful. Because then Tottenham say, yeah, you've been slagging off our main man. See you later. You're not coming back. So I totally get why people would look at that. I love Tom and Casey. I don't believe that everything they say at all the times is correct, but we debate it respectfully, man. We debate it respectfully. And I've always got time for the pair of them, and they're always welcome on, like everyone is. And I will say this, people: if I put content out that was everybody on the stream going, "Aren't Arsenal brilliant?" or it was everyone on the stream going, "Aren't Arsenal rubbish?" that should be a really boring show. So if we have a debate about stuff, if I have Kevin on and we're going at it, we're mates. Me and Tom, we're going at it. We're mates. Harry, Igal, Jess, whoever, all these guys, Guna Lee, the people that I brought on, Bavs, all these guys that have come on that have had a different of opinion to me. I go for a drink with them. I know them. I've met them all. I've shook their hands. I've had laughs with them. Outside of football, we've had a laugh. And some of the comments I get from people is like, oh, Dan's, what a mug, talking crap. Oh, Tom, what a muppet. Oh, Kev, he's working with the club. Oh, blah, blah. And I'm like, really, man? Chill. One thing we all want, yeah, is Arsenal to win. I want Arsenal to win trophies. I have my way of getting there in my head. I have my way of supporting the club. I'm not going to tell you how to support your football club, but please respect the fact that you can't tell me how to support my football club either. Yeah, works both ways here. If I have an opinion about something and I give you straight facts about it, then come back to me with why and back up what your opinions were. So that's the way I see it, man. That's the way I see it. I'm looking at it and I'm thinking that there's some concerns at the moment. And of course, when I have those concerns, I'm going to raise those concerns and I'm going to say it how it is. And that's always been me. I've always been the same. I've never gone like against my own words unless I'm proven wrong. Yeah. Arteta, I don't think will get us in a title race. I come out and I said, wow, has he proved me wrong? We're in a title race. I did say I'm not so sure we'll get across the line. And then we beat Man United and I changed my mind again. And I thought, do you know what? I think we can actually win this league. I think we're going to. Bournemouth, I remember saying to Robbie on AFTV, I think we're going to do this, you know. I actually think we're going to do this year. So you can change your opinions, guys, yeah? As long as you can back it up. If you say 1 week, I want this manager gone, and then we go and beat Palace and you go, actually, I think he's the right man for the job, I can't take you seriously with that, right? You've got to remain consistent as far as I'm concerned until you can be proven differently and until you can be proven wrong. And that's where I've always been at, man. That's always been me. So I have to be real. I have to talk it how it is. And at the moment, I do have concerns. And we're being told now you learn something new every day. It's a big up to Tom Canton who spoke about this. I didn't have a clue about it. I'm not going to lie to you and say that I knew what profit and sustainability meant. I saw something else the other day, which was, what was it? Might have even been Lee actually, or someone's channel, or maybe it was Goonie talking to me. Field tilt. Anybody know what that is? Field tilt. Apparently, it's to do possession of football and how much field tilt is so good. It's like this XG. Oh yeah, how'd you get on at football at the weekend, Dan? Oh, XG was unreal, mate. Oh, brilliant. What was the score? We lost 4-1. Like, who the hell cares, man? Honestly, who actually cares about field tilt and XG and how many expected this and expected that? I expected to win and we lost. That's what I care about. I don't care how many expected goals we had. All these new things in football. Maybe I'm just old fashioned. Yeah, maybe I am. Maybe it's just that I'm getting old now. But who the hell actually cares what XG we had if we lost the game? Who actually gives a damn about that? Like, real talk. If we lose 4-1 and somebody finds a positive for me, and their positive is the XG was better than the other team, but we lost 4-1, how is that a positive? That ain't a positive. That's proving that you can't put the ball in the back of the net, or it's proving that actually you can't keep a clean sheet. That's what I'd be looking at. Not this XG, but when we took the XG and this heat map over here suggests that at the moment I can't be dealing with it, man. I hate it. I really hate stuff like that. It really drives me absolutely bonkers, man. So that's where I'm at. Anyway, this has turned all really pessimistic and doom and gloom, and I didn't want to do that before you go to bed tonight, people. But there's definitely 100% some problems with this profit and sustainability. I don't know what that's going to do in terms of our business, but we're going to have to sort it out, people. We're going to have to make sure that we go and sell some players so that we have some money to buy some players. That's the way I see it. Listen, big up, people. Make sure you do me a favor. We are we on 200? Yeah, we're over 200 likes. Let's make sure we can get that up to 300, please, people, before we end. And as you go out, smash a like, smash a subscribe, and we will see you next time. Take it easy. I will be back over the weekend with more content and more talk on Arsenal. So I'll see you then. Take care, people. We're out of here. Laters. Peace.